All right, so y'all know what it is, man. It's that time of the month again where we get our monthly update from the folks over at Still Sitting Interactive. The folks that's over there doing like the boxing guys' work to bring boxing back to video games again after this long hiatus. So let's jump right into it. Let's find out what it is we got going on and what the news is. So, and of course, like y'all always know, I'm gonna just read them straight through. We'll talk about it. So, June development update. Hello Fight fans. ESBC update. This month, the studio has been focused on upgrading the back-end systems to support the massive expansion of boxes featuring in ESBC. Due to the huge change in scope for the game, we have to ensure the foundations we are building are solid, as this is no longer the small indie title that we started making last year. So I will elaborate a little bit on that. And really, the fact that they said that they want to make sure that their foundations are solid, okay? That is important because just like we know, technically in the sport of boxing, man, nothing really develops without a solid foundation, without solid fundamentals, all of that type of stuff. That is what these guys are doing, man. These guys are out there literally like encompassing what it is to be like in boxing, man. And they're bringing that very same attention to detail to the video game that they're making. So look, kudos to them again. I'm glad that they're giving it so much like thought and they're looking so deep that they want everything to really kind of be perfect, man. And ultimately, we're going to be the ones that are going to like reap the benefits of that, you know? So continue to stay tuned. So next up, gameplay walkthrough. Our next gameplay walkthrough video will be posted soon. And this will showcase some of the features that we've talked about in these monthly updates. If you enjoyed the alpha gameplay footage in March, then this is the video for you. We are currently going through an approval process to ensure that we can show the boxers we want to feature in this walkthrough. All right, so look, we get a little bit of like a little tease there, right? So who are they trying to get approval to show? My guess is that we know about Canelo, man. We know he's been scanned. Has it moved that quickly to where he can already be inside of like a gameplay trailer? Like we just found out that Canelo got scanned, so maybe it's not him. Loma's been out there for a while. Jamel Herring has been out there for a little bit. Lawrence Okolie has been scanned for a little while. So, I mean, we'll see. But who they put in the game actually may tell a lot about how quickly this game is actually developing. So we'll keep looking forward to that. E3 trailer. We weren't planning to appear at E3. However, when Games Radar offered an opportunity to introduce ESBC to a new audience, we jumped at the chance. This level of exposure is a huge boost for a small indie developer like ourselves, and we are really thankful to the GR team for including ESBC in their show, as this was likely the first time many gamers had seen or heard about ESBC. We created a video with a mixture of existing and new content. Now, so in the previous video that I made, I stated that we didn't know where exactly in the life cycle of the game that some of the stuff that we saw in the E3 trailer, whether it was new, whether it was old, or where in the development process some of that stuff came. So this really just kind of confirmed that it was a mixture of new things, old things. Now at this point, people are going to have to go back. They're going to dig into the video. They're going to say, hey, well, I think this part was new. Anything that happens at that point is really going to be speculation. We don't know. But they had to put something together in order to put out to the fans. I thought they did a good job with what the things that they chose, right? We understand that there was a little bit of criticism for certain things, but look, we're not all the way through. The game is still in alpha. When they say that we're in beta testing now, and this is a beta version of the game, then I think people should really start coming with a little bit more criticism, because that means the game is closer to hitting everybody's homes. Everybody's about to get it there and be able to play it. So I think we should reserve criticism for a little bit until the game comes out of alpha. Once we're in a beta, or once we have an actual version that we can play, criticize away. All right. Look, all criticism is good criticism as long as it's constructive. All right. And I'll never stop anybody from giving constructive criticism. But to just go out there and rant and rave over certain things with the game being so early on, it's not really going to do anybody any good. So we'll keep moving. Gameplay features. This month, we have been focused on improving and iterating the in-ring action, ensuring all the mechanics work in sync together rather than introducing more features on top of an already feature-rich combat system. So basically what they're saying is they don't want to just fully overload everything with just new stuff. Like, they've already got so much new stuff as it is, but that also does kind of allude to the fact that they have other ideas that they could actually put into the game that they are kind of reserving not to put in now. Now, with this being a live service game, that could honestly mean that, hey, some of these features we probably might just polish a little bit and then save and wait until the game drops out, drop it in an update later on, add a new feature into the game. I'm interested in seeing how this game will continue to develop as the game actually goes on and as the life cycle of the game plays out as a live service game. Those updates are going to be big, and what they do with the updates after the game actually releases is going to be really what kind of keeps people like coming back and giving people a reason to come back over and over and over again. So, man, keeping that in mind, man, just to see what they can come up with. Lastly, studio update. Whilst we are still a small studio based in Sheffield, England, we have attracted some of the best talent from the biggest studios in the world. With recent hires from Epic Games, EA, and Sumo Digital, we are incredibly excited about the growth of the company in the lead up to delivering one of the biggest boxing titles ever made. Having said all this, we have to remind our community that we are still only a fraction of the size and budget traditionally required to fully develop a AAA game of this nature. However, we are making great progress utilizing new methods within the video game industry from Steel City Interactive Development Team. So we've all said this, like, really don't matter how many content creators you find. We've all said that these guys are really far reaching. I know you guys know I've said it. These guys are still a small team. Like, I had even put it out in a previous video. Dude, for some of these AAA games, you are talking about teams that are in the hundreds of numbers. And these guys are still in the tens, maybe 30s now, you know? But the fact that they are starting to attract bigger eyes and people who have worked for companies like EA, that says a lot. That means that people are showing interest, not just in the fact that there's a new game out there, but that this is probably something real that people want to get behind. So that's what we have for the June update. I know a lot of people was really hoping for a date for the gameplay trailer. All that stuff is coming. They've said it's coming. It's great that they're still making progress. It sounds like they're still adding new things to the game to try to make the best experience possible. And that's really all we can ask for at the end of the day. I know we get impatient. I can get impatient because we just want it and everybody's behind it. Look, keep having that same type of drive. All right. Don't lose that passion. Stay behind it and it'll be worth it in the end, man. So look, that's all I got for you. Again, appreciate y'all for coming back to the Coach's Corner. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.